Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am so happy and grateful to be live here with you today for the fourth installment of the Quantum Shift live coaching series. Today, we're going to be diving deep into how to get from where you are now to where you want to be fast, which is essentially in its essence a quantum shift. If you are just joining us, hello, hi, I'm so happy you're here and I'm so grateful. I am Ashley Perkins, founder of ashleyperkins.co. I'm a life and success coach and NLP practitioner, and I empower amazing people like you to tap into their limitless potential, reprogram your mind to create a quantum shift in your life, your business, and your relationships. And I would love to know, if you're joining me, who you are. Drop into the comments. This is always a two-way street between you and I want to know who you are, what you're passionate about, what you do in this world, what kind of magic you're making through the work that you do, and what you're enjoying most about this series. Of course, if you have any questions at any point, again, just drop them into the comments. I am here to hold space for you. I am here to support you. That's honestly the entire purpose of this almost 5-part series. We will be going live for part 5, so stay tuned for that. But for today, I want to get you into the energy of your quantum shift. So make sure you also stay around until the end, because I have something amazing to share with you that's going to help you really tap into this and take your life, business, and relationships to the next level through the power of emotional alchemy. That's really what we've been working with here throughout our time together in this 4-part series, is the power of your own emotional alchemy, your inner world. I've shown you some amazing NLP techniques. We've done time techniques. We've done reframing. We've done EFT, and we're going to do some more EFT today. So I'm really excited. So by now, you know that your subconscious mind will keep you stuck, repeating the same thoughts, beliefs, patterns, and behaviors, and therefore results, the outcomes in your life, your business, and your relationship, until you become conscious to the way that you've been programmed up until now. Again, the whole point and part of this series. So you also know that you will attract whatever you are a vibrational match for. This is why so often when you find yourself having a bad day, or you wake up feeling negatively, or you have some anxiety, you feel heavy and you're not quite sure why, but you don't fully tap into the awareness of it and the power that that negative emotion has, you carry on your day, and that bad morning turns into a bad afternoon, and then before you know it, that bad day turns into a bad week. Same goes for when you have an amazing day and you're vibing so high and your emotions are completely aligned, you're feeling positive, you're feeling clear, that good day turns into another good day, and so on and so forth, and you find yourself attracting people, things, and experiences that just continue to elevate you. It's because you are truly a match vibrationally and energetically for how you are feeling and what you're experiencing on your inner world. That's because everything in this life, in this world, is just energy. So if you want the life, the business, and the relationships, you need to align yourself with the energy of the person who already is, has, and does everything that you desire, and start acting accordingly. Okay? Again, something we're going to work on today. I'm so excited to get into this with you. We're going to get really specific about the life and the business and the relationships that you desire, because as I've mentioned over the course of all of these sessions, your subconscious requires specifics in order for it to support you in creating a quantum shift in any area of your life. Okay, so when we are working to reprogram your mind and rewire those neural pathways to support the outcomes that you truly want, again, we need to get into specifics and what that looks and feels like for you. If you're excited to do that, this is something I do with myself and my clients, and not just a one-time thing. It's constant, because as humans, as creators, as a lot of us are servants in service to others. I don't necessarily mean servants, but we have servants' hearts. A lot of us have businesses where we serve other people. We are constantly evolving. Our practices are constantly evolving. We ourselves, as the humans behind the business, are constantly evolving. And therefore, other things in our life evolve as well, like our relationships. And so, again, much like all of the work I am showing you here that involves shifting your inner world to match the outer world you want to create, this is an ongoing practice. This is not just like a one and done thing. This is something that you need to be aware of, that you need to be conscious of, that you need to actively participate in consistently. I want you to realize and recognize and be very open to the fact that you can create yourself, recreate yourself, I should say, on an identity level with all of the same passions, loves, and interests, but with the thoughts, emotions, and beliefs and behaviors that support the outcomes that you want to create in your life and business. You are not your personality or whatever you think that is. You are a soul inside of a body having a physical experience. You are not limited. You are limitless in the character that you can create for yourself. And that's truly how you're going to go about aligning yourself with what it is you want to create, the outcomes you want to create in your life, in your business, in your relationships, so you can collapse time and create that quantum shift for yourself. And I like to think about it this way. We are constantly recreating anyway. Our cells all over like the surface of our body and within our body are constantly recreating and regenerating all the time. That means they're born, they have a physical, energetic experience, and then they die. We have cell turnover constantly. So chances are you're also not the same person you were 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, right? You can look back on your childhood and see pieces of yourself there that you've now taken on an identity level into adulthood, but by no means are you that same child, right? Just like, again, you aren't the same person you even were 5 years ago. Of course, there's pieces of that identity that have come with you, but you've regenerated and recreated parts of yourself. Now it's a matter, excuse me, of whether the parts that you've recreated are actually serving you and what you want to create in your life and your business and your relationships. And so I just want to kind of open your mind to that reframe, because that means that you in every single moment have the power to choose to release something, a story, a thought, an emotion, a belief, a behavior, a pattern, right, that you've taken and repeated throughout your entire life. You have the opportunity in each and every moment to release that and embrace something new that serves you and the life, the business, and the relationships that you want to create, the character, the identity that you want to take on, that you want to embrace to get from where you are now to where you want to be. Okay, so now is the point in time where I invite you, if you haven't already, to grab your journal, grab a notepad, anything to write on, because I have a process I'm going to share with you to identify the person you're becoming, to get super specific with your subconscious mind so it can support you in this process. Okay, so first things first, now that you've had a couple of seconds to grab your notebook, your journal, whatever it may be, I want you to start by writing down at least, like this is a bare minimum. You can honestly just go run with this. I invite you to. At least 10 characteristics of the person who has the life, the business, and the relationships that you desire to create, okay? These are intangible characteristics. Are they confident? Do they invest in themselves? Do they believe in everything that they do? What are they passionate about? What do they think, right? Like all of these characteristics, what are they, okay? Think of that future version of yourself and what it is that you need to embrace and embody in order to collapse that gap from where you are now to that person where you want to be, because they've got the life, the business, and the relationships that you want to create. Be super, super specific, okay? Remember, your subconscious needs those specifics. And once you've done that, I want you to know that you are already this person. It's all available to you. Even if you may not feel it in this exact moment, you are this person. You are confident. You are smart. So step into the energy of these character traits every day, and you, I promise, will soon see that everything you're desiring to create in your life, your business, and your relationships will quickly follow and present itself in some way, shape, or form in your physical reality. Remember, we can't micromanage the universe and the how of things appear in our physical reality, but we can define what and why, like what it is exactly that we want, why we want it, and who we have to be in order to get it. That's what's going to allow us to truly create that quantum shift. Now, once you've done that, you've written down at least 10 characteristics of the person who has the life, the business, and the relationships that you desire to create. Now, I want you to answer the following questions. How does this person think about themselves, his or herself, their business or career, their job, depending on what position you are in right now and what you want to create, the work specifically that he or she is doing, the people in his or her life, their body and their mind, their finances, and his or her romantic relationships. How do they think about all of those things? How do they think about it? Because again, that's going to inspire your subconscious. That's going to task your subconscious to support you by generating similar thought patterns. And before you know it, you'll be rewiring those neural pathways to create thought patterns that lead to emotions, that lead to behaviors, which lead to outcomes that support each and every one of those areas of your life, your business, and your relationships. Does this make sense? Is this resonating with you? I want to know. Moving right along, now that you've done that, you've answered those questions. This is very similar, but we're getting into feeling, which is very deeply tied to emotion. Okay, so how does this person feel about themselves, his or herself? How do they feel about their business or their career, depending again on where you are and what you want to create? How does this person feel about the work that they are doing, the impact that they're making? How does this person feel about the people in their life? How does this person feel about their body and their mind, their health, right? How does this person feel about their finances? And how does this person feel about their romantic relationships? Again, we're focusing deeply on the thoughts and the feelings of the person that has the life, the business, and the relationships that you are creating, the person you already are. It's all in there, as I said, the person that you're stepping into on an energetic level. We're getting into the thoughts and the feelings because, as I just mentioned, it's your thoughts that create your feelings, those emotions, and those emotions drive your behavior, and your behavior drives your outcomes, like your actions, which create your outcomes and results, right? And so a lot of people often in this industry, in the coaching industry, immediately go to focus on your actions. And while taking physical action is important, it becomes redundant and irrelevant if you're just repeating the same patterns over and over again. It's literally the definition of insanity. If you do what you've always done, or think the way you've always thought, you will create the same outcomes you've always created. It's the definition of insanity. So what we're doing here is reverse engineering that process. Instead of going to focus on the actions that you're taking, we're starting with the beginning of it, where those actions come from. And those actions come from your thoughts and your feelings. And that's why this is so important to define specifically for your subconscious, okay? Now, we're getting to the action part now. The next portion of this journaling notebook work is, how does this person take action every day as they think and feel these things about themselves, their career, the people in their life, their mind, their body, their finances, and relationships? How do they take action? What does that look like? right? You could even flesh out and map out what that ideal day for that person that you are becoming, it's all within you right now. You could even flesh out their ideal day and start incorporating pieces of that, those action steps, those tasks that they get completed into your life now. Don't put pressure on yourself to get all of it done to exactly match and mirror that right now, because again, the most important thing is working through the thoughts and the feelings, the inner world, because that's what makes creating the outer world infinitely easier when you have all of that, especially deep within your subconscious, supporting you. But now that we're at this point, like I said, identify the kind of actions that they take as they think and feel these things about all of these amazing areas of their life, their business, and their relationships. Map out that ideal day if that's what works for you, if that's what supports your learning process best. I know that's what I do for myself. I know that's what I share with my clients. And I know that it's helped them create amazing results. And all of my clients are now living their ideal days to one degree or another, even if it's like a portion of it, even if they're fully living it. Again, it all is dependent on you and how willing and open you are to do this work, to go within and to restore and support your subconscious mind and all of the thoughts, feelings, and emotions that you need to create your actions and behaviors and outcomes. This makes sense. Let me know. Let me know how you're feeling after learning all of this in the comments, and we're going to keep moving on. And I'm so happy and grateful you guys are here joining me. I'm so happy and grateful for all of you that have been here for each and every one of these sessions. And as I said, be sure to stick around till the end. We are going to get into another EFT session. And I have something really amazing and powerful to share with you that's going to help you take everything you've learned here in this free coaching series to the next level, to really tap into your own personal power of emotional alchemy, and through that create a quantum shift in your life, your business, and your relationships. And if you've been loving the EFT sessions, you've been loving the tapping, you're really going to love this, okay? But first, the fifth part of this journal pre-work exercise is asking yourself, in order for me to become more of this person, even if it's just the slightest shift towards that person, right? Again, we're not going to, the goal here isn't to put so much pressure on ourselves that we become overwhelmed and all of that negativity comes up at once, right? We just want to work through this piece by piece, bit by bit. Remember also, you are not your negative emotions. You are not your thoughts. You are not your emotions. You are the consciousness and the awareness behind them, which means you have the power to shift them, which brings me to this last part. Ask yourself, in order for me to become more of this person, the person I'm becoming, what needs to shift? What needs to occur? What do I need to do differently? And what's the old story or stories I need to release that do not support this person I'm becoming? And finally, what is the story or what are the stories I need to embrace and embody instead that support the person I am becoming? It's a really powerful pre-work. Like I said, this has created monumental shifts in my clients before we even start working together. And that's why I share it with you today and share it as part of this series, because just this pre-work alone has the power to create such deep awareness and consciousness around the thoughts, the feelings, and emotions you've been experiencing, the ones that you want to experience, and all of the other things that come with that, like embracing and embodying new behaviors so you can create new results through your actions in your life, your business, and your relationship. And this is truly how you collapse time and create momentum towards a compelling future, towards the specific outcome that you want to create. Because truly, your subconscious does not know the difference between an emotionally charged lived experience or an emotionally charged visualization. So once you do this work, you go through those journaling prompts and exercises, and you spend time each and every day with yourself, connecting with your body and your mind, and just being a non-judgmental observer of your thoughts, your feelings, and emotions while visualizing the person you're becoming. Your subconscious isn't going to register that as like false or true. All it knows is that it's emotionally charged. So to your subconscious, it's already happened. And that's what's going to support you as you take action. That's what's going to empower your subconscious to support you with new thoughts, new feelings, new emotions, and therefore new behaviors, new patterns, and new outcomes in your life. And so it's really just to make it tangible. That's the word I'm looking for. To make it tangible for you. You can remember, I'm sure each and every one of you, something negative from a past experience or something positive from a past experience, and feel all the emotions you felt then. So if something happened when you were younger, even recently, and you felt embarrassed, right? You get that warm sensation that kind of creeps up your neck. Your heart starts to race faster and faster. Your subconscious cannot register you actually being in that experience in the present moment, or you just thinking about it, and the thoughts and the feelings and emotions come up naturally from it, right? That is how powerful your subconscious mind is. So I want to help you task it to support you instead of work against you. And so chances are, when you do this work and you commit to nurturing yourself in your inner world every single day so you can create the outer world you desire, you may experience some resistance, and resistance can come up in many forms. I won't even begin to like get into that, but you know, on a subconscious, on an emotional level, resistance when you are experiencing it. Again, like I said, know that you are not your thoughts and you are not your emotions. You are the consciousness and awareness behind them, which means you hold a lot of power. So I want to show you again, for those of you that maybe are new to this, that haven't seen session 3 where we did EFT. It's a simple NLP technique that you can do in a few minutes every single day to help you clear resistance, restore your body's natural energetic balance so you can continue taking action towards becoming the person that you're meant to be, with the life, the business, and the relationships that you desire and are meant to have. So without getting like too in-depth and going back to the beginning and explaining how all of this works, because you will find the full breakdown of EFT in session 3 of the Quantum Shift live coaching series, I just invite you to follow along with me, okay? And so because this is meant to restore your body's natural energetic balance and create true emotional freedom, what we do is because it's also based off of acupuncture and thought field therapy, we work with specific meridian points on your body that create a physiological response to your subconscious mind that get that negative energy transmuting and moving around, and also clear it. And it's through the power of tapping into the negative emotion, giving yourself to feel it, giving yourself permission is what I wanted to say, to feel it and move through it, because that's the only way you're going to grow from it, is to move through it, not running from it, right? And then through the power of positive suggestion, as you tap on those same points, you can restore that natural energetic balance. So a key point I always say before doing EFT is to hydrate. Remember, all responses are natural. All responses are acceptable. Many of my clients, and even myself when I do this practice from time to time, you cry. And that's because there are negative hormones in your tears that release when you cry. So don't hold it back. Don't suppress it. If that's what comes up, if that's what happens, just allow it to. That's good for your body and your mind to release that. Another natural response is yawning. That's also a release of energy, and also maybe some shivers and some shakes. Again, it's just negative energy being transmuted, and it all is completely dependent on you and your energetic state. So as I said, start by taking a nice sip of water, hydrate. It's always important to hydrate, but especially when you're working with the body and moving and transmuting energy. So let's just go ahead. We want to do the setup, right? So let's rate the negative emotion. And let's say your negative emotion, if I were to do this and thinking back to when I was defining the woman that I am right now, it was daunting to me. I probably would have rated my negative emotions of fear and doubt at about like a 7 or an 8 because I was just at a point in my life, 5, 6 years ago where I didn't believe that everything I'm doing and everything I've created now was possible. So let's work with that. You always want to rate your emotion, the negative emotion we're working with, on a scale of 0 to 10. 0 obviously meaning it's not there, you no longer identify with it. 10 being crippling, it's the worst you've ever felt, okay? So find yourself and where you fit on that scale and know that this is safe. Any response, any number that you rate yourself on that scale is totally normal. The goal is to get it to 0 or as close to 0 as possible, ideally like at max a 2, once we're done these rounds of tapping, okay? So rate that emotion. Let's say mine's at like a 7 or an 8, okay? Then you want to, again, remember, work with the karate chop point. Work with the karate chop point and just start getting into that negative emotion. So even though I have this fear and this doubt, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I have this fear and this doubt, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I have this fear and I have this doubt, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I have this fear and this doubt, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Now remember, you want to do that at least 2 to 3 times. Keep doing it until like you really feel that emotion. And then what we're going to do is quickly get into tapping, okay? Just follow along with the points, follow along with what I'm saying. Again, you can completely make this your own, but what we're doing now is we're going to work to transmute that negative energy, again, by allowing ourselves, giving ourselves permission to feel it, to tap into it, okay? I'm afraid because when I try to think about my future, nothing really comes up. And when I try to get specific about the person I'm becoming, I instantly feel overwhelmed. I know that I want to advance myself in my business and create a career that I'm really passionate about. But I also worry that people won't take me seriously, or I'll be judged, or even worse, unloved. I'm also afraid because my finances aren't in a position to support me to build this career, to build this life that I'm dreaming of. And that's even more overwhelming to me. And it makes me doubt my ability to do anything, to take action. And when I think of the characteristics of the person I'm becoming, I'm afraid and I don't feel confident because I feel like I don't have any of those characteristics. And that is completely, it makes me sad and it hurts. It hurts my heart. I really want to meet more people that are in alignment with the life that I want to create, with the things that I want to do, but I'm also so afraid to put myself out there. I think people might think I'm weird, or they're just not interested in what I'm doing or what I have to say. When I think about establishing myself as an expert in anything, I'm instantly full of doubt because I don't even feel myself that I'm an expert in anything. So I wonder why I should even try, why I should even start. Sometimes it seems and feels like it's not worth it, or maybe I'm not worth it. Maybe my goals aren't worth it. I know I'm settling, and that's disappointing. And I'm so sick and tired of feeling disappointed in myself. I want to call in the partner of my dreams. I constantly feel lonely and depressed, but I'm also afraid to put myself out there because I've been hurt so many times before. I don't even know who would love me. or if I'm worth loving. And that makes me feel sad and hurt. I'm scared to do what I want to do in my life and my business because I don't have any examples to follow of people who have done what I want to do. And so the path seems unclear, which makes me feel afraid and uncertain. And anytime that I've tried something new or put myself out there, left my comfort zone, I regretted it because I failed. And I don't want to fail. To me, failure is the scariest thing ever. Okay, we've done some rounds. I'm even really feeling into that emotion. It's like I have a tightness in my chest right now. So let's move on quickly so we can transmute this and clear it and restore your body's natural and energetic balance. So what we're gonna do is tap on those same points with positive suggestions, okay? When I truly think about my lived experience, I can see that even though I was scared, and at times I may have doubted myself, I also know that everything worked out for me. Everything truly has always worked out for me. Even if I'm not exactly where I want to be, I know and deeply trust that I am on the path to exactly the life, the business, and the relationships I want to create. I know and choose that overwhelm is not an option. Confidence is my new choice. And even if I only take one small step every single day, I am proud of myself for even thinking of that, for even wanting to do that. Because I know that one small step each and every day will get me from where I am now to where I want to be. And even as I think of that, I'm inspired with new thoughts and emotions that support me. I feel empowered, and I know that I do have skills and experiences that others would find valuable. And I am an expert at specific things. And my work is of high service. And I know that I have the power to help people. And because of that, I also know that I have the power to build the career that I'm dreaming of right now. I also know that I radiate beauty in my own unique way from the inside out. I am worthy because I was born worthy. I have nothing to prove, which means as I speak right now, I am attracting the partner that I'm dreaming of. My energy is elevated and I feel good. I know and trust that the right people, experiences, and things always show up for me at the perfect time. I am infinitely supported every step of the way, and things always work out in my favor. I feel light. I feel empowered. I feel grateful. I feel proud. I don't know about you, but I feel really good after doing that. And now is when you would want to just check in with that negative emotion, where it is on that scale. For example's sake, I was saying I was at about a 7, and right now I would say I'm at a 0. I do not identify with the negative emotions of fear and doubt. So check in on that for yourself. Where are you on that scale? How are you feeling after doing that exercise? Like I said, this is something that is free. It's available to you always. It's a technique that I always suggest to incorporate into your daily self-care and self-love practice because it's our inner world that creates our outer world. And when your inner world is restored and it's balanced energetically, that means that you have the power to align with whatever you want to attract on an energetic level, because as I mentioned off the top of this session, Everything is energy, and you will always attract what you are an energetic vibrational match for, which is why EFT is so powerful and why I am so excited to share this next step with you. If you've been loving this Quantum Shift live coaching series, you've been loving NLP techniques like emotional freedom technique, then I invite you to head to ashleyperkins.co/shift. That's SHIFT. I have created a brand new mini course called Quantum Shift through Emotional Alchemy. And it's going to empower you to completely shift your inner world through the power of EFT, Emotional Freedom Technique. That is the focus of that entire course. You get a pre-work journal, you get 7 videos that dive into emotional freedom technique so you can feel completely empowered to integrate this technique into your life, to cultivate a quantum shift for yourself. And honestly, this has been like the one thing that I have created in a while that feels so incredibly and deeply aligned, because it's this work that has completely empowered me to create a quantum shift in every area of my life. I never thought I would be here doing this work. I never thought that I would have all of the amazing things, people, and experiences in my life that I've been able to call in. And it is through the power of neuro-linguistic programming techniques like emotional freedom technique that I've been able to do it. Not just me though, my clients. My clients completely blow me away. And when you go to ashleyperkins.co/shift to check out the Quantum Shift through Emotional Alchemy course, you will see the most incredible, chill-inducing testimonial from one of my clients, Jess, who has completely transformed every area of her life, herself, and it almost brings me to tears because this is why I do what I do. And I know that everything I've poured into from my heart and my soul into this mini course has the power to completely transform you and create that quantum shift within yourself so you can go out and create a quantum shift in your life and your business and your relationships. You know what to do. You can go check it out at ashleyperkins.co/shift. And if you have any questions, you know that I am just one quick DM away. I am here to support you. I'm here to hold space for you to answer your questions. Excuse me. And help you make the best decision for yourself and your life and your business and your relationships. So thank you so much for joining me for this session 4 of the live Quantum Shift coaching series. It's been an honor and a pleasure. I'm sending you all of my love, all of my positive energy, and I will see you soon. Take care.